Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Jesse, and this is the Auditorium. I react to video game music as a musician myself. And today is the return of Donkey Kong Country 2 and the return of Stickerbush Symphony. I need to say a couple things before I get into this one. First of all, it's requested by Ty and Manuel. And a year ago, which I can't believe it's been that long, I heard a song called, I think it was like Bramble Blast or something like that. And then I found out later that it was actually called Stickerbush Symphony, and that was like the Smash version. And then I didn't realize that at the time, so this song should have gone with it in that same video. So this is a long overdue video, and this is it. And the other thing I wanted to bring up is that was almost a year and a half ago, so I can safely say I kind of don't remember what it sounded like, so it'll be kind of like a somewhat re-reaction. I'm sure I'll remember once the notes are going, but just as a heads up, I didn't hear it again since that day. But, and then finally, I just heard David Weiss with Aquatic Ambience a couple days ago, so here we are. That's all. So this is now the original, hopefully, Stickerbush Symphony from Donkey Kong Country 2 from the channel Jigashi. Okay, that's not talking. Hopefully I remember it. I'm going to be honest if I remember it or not, but either way, let's go. Yes, okay. Dun, 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 dun. All right. But still, this is new to me. I keep hearing this game, or this series of games, described as like way ahead of their time. What do you think that is? Is it the music and the graphics or everything? Now I gotta hear the other version to see how they compare. The only thing right now that sounds familiar is a dun, 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 dun. Everything else is not ringing a bell. That's cool though, isn't that weird? Like, I can kind of hear it again for the first time, sort of. Ooh, a late percussion. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put it like in the end card or somewhere. I noticed there's a couple of recurring, I think it just looped right there, recurring themes in Donkey Kong stuff. And a lot of it is revolving around like chill, long chords. Kind of therapeutic. You know where for example, like that trend, I don't know if it's a trend, but on YouTube, sometimes you'll see like videos that are like slowed down and reverbed, that kind of stuff. I feel like Donkey Kong music is like what that was made for. I could totally hear this slow down, and in fact, I'll do that later. Once it's over, I'll slow it down. I'm not gonna reverb it though. Also, I don't know the setting for Stickerbush Symphony. And the other video and this one, I just have a random image. So I also just noticed something right now too. On the corner it says only for Nintendo. And on the 64 it also said only for Nintendo 64. Was that just a thing Nintendo did? I never noticed that. Were they really just bragging about their exclusive? I hate that word, exclusivity. I wonder if that worked as a marketing tactic. One thing I really like about David Weiss is the use of percussion. It's like lo-fi before lo-fi was a thing. Yeah, that theme repeated throughout the whole song. So, actually, before I start talking, let's put it at a. Hopefully, it doesn't distort the song too much. But I'm gonna put it to half speed. See what happens. No, it's too slow. 75. 75 is always a good sweet spot. Still distorted though. Let me fast forward a little bit. Okay, well, you see what I'm saying. Maybe not. I don't know. The reason I bring that up is because I used to, well, I guess I still go to, I have this chiropractor I go to. It's attached to like a spa as well. And I swear I hear music it's pretty similar to that. But obviously it's more ambient, heavy reverb. But that's kind of what I'm getting at, though. It's like the emphasis of chill. I think everything I've heard from Donkey Kong, both 1 and 2, has been overwhelmingly like chill. That's like the number one adjective I can think of. I mean, there's many. Like, it's cool, it's calm, it's collected, it's catchy, all of the C words. But I think chill is like a really good one. It's calming, you know. And I truly wonder like why. Because when I think of, I don't know, if I were to see this as a kid, like just these characters, Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong and all these animal creatures and dinosaurs, I feel like I would never expect that kind of music. I feel like I would expect more something closer to like Banjo-Kazooie style music, if that makes sense. A little more upbeat and wacky. Maybe it does. But everything I've heard so far is like a heavy emphasis on David Weiss chill stuff. And it makes me wonder, like, does it... I know this is probably a weird question, but work with me here. How do I even... It's going to be hard to say this without bias growing up with the game, but does the music match the aesthetic of Donkey Kong? I don't know. Let me know. I'm genuinely curious. Or is it one of those things where you're like, damn, the music is so cool, I don't even care what it sounds like. It's just it's just the identity of Donkey Kong. You know what I mean? Because all the gameplay that I've seen the Mining Melancholy gameplay and all that, I don't think of, you know, do 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 boo. I think of like ding 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 ding, you know, like clanks and all that. So it's like, it's actually really charming, and there's a lot of character to it, and I admire it a lot because I'm actually kind of a big fan of stuff that doesn't always match. You know, if I'm saying, when I say doesn't match, I mean like if I were just blindly had no idea and I just saw like a muted footage of, you know, X game or something, and then I hear a song that doesn't fit, I kind of like the idea of it like playing with my head like that. If you're wondering if everything I'm saying is kind of like confusing and strange, you have to remember I am a total outsider when it comes to Nintendo. This is me experiencing Nintendo for the first time, essentially in my 30s, not as a 8-year-old, 12-year-old, 15-year-old, my 30s. So I'm hearing these things way later than intended. And, you know, and who knew? I guess at that time, I'm getting really like philosophical here, but like, who knew? This was SNES, so it was like 95, 94, something like that. So the internet wasn't really like, I mean, it was a thing, you know what I mean? But it didn't really like take off until like the late 90s. It's like, AOL and Netscape and all that. So it kind of makes you wonder, like, I wonder if anyone ever thought we'd be listening to this stuff outside of the game and console decades later, you know? If we knew what the internet was going to be and how it would like change our lives. I know this has nothing to do with the game, but it just kind of makes me wonder, like, the fascinating world of, you know, of this and what I do as well. This is supposed to be heard on its console out of a CRT, you know what I mean? So technically everything I've ever heard on the channel is a like compressed version. You know what I mean? It's a thing I think about all the time. I have a lot of time to think. But anyways, regarding the song, yeah, it's got that essence of David Weiss. It's got that chill vibe that I associate now with Donkey Kong, which I never thought I would say. What's it's called Diddy Kong's Quest, Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest. So yeah, no, but based on just like judging a book by its cover, I would never think that. I don't know if it's most of the music either. Just from everything that I've heard, which is not much, maybe like 5 or 6 songs. It's all been in under the umbrella of like calming, cool, like lo-fi sounding stuff, and I love it. But I just never expected it. I guess that's the magic of these reactions, because you know I missed out on the entire Nintendo world. You know, now that I think about it, it'd be kind of cool to find maybe someone down the line like me, like a mirror of me, doing video game reactions, but like they grew up with Nintendo and they didn't like, you know, they didn't hear Sega stuff or PlayStation stuff. That'd be interesting. That'd be like, well, what you're doing now, watching some stranger. Anyways, talking a lot, but yeah, sorry for the late video on this one. This should have been done a while ago. And the only thing I remember from the song is just that main melody that kept repeating. Everything else sounded totally different. The Smash version sounded totally different, but then again, that was a while ago, so I don't remember it completely. Okay, so let me know the actual setting that's going on here, like what is actually happening here, and let me know if all the music is like this, more or less, and your opinion on the doesn't match, you know, type of thing. But try to see through my point of view. Anyways, that was awesome. And second time I hear David Weiss in such a short amount of time. Thank you, Ty and Manuel, or Manuel. Thank you to all my Patreon members. I couldn't be here without them. Thank you to my Platinum members. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse in the auditorium. Have a good night.